Welcome back to building the largest non-CDL hotshot fleet. We got a couple of updates. Good morning, it's Monday. And we got a couple of problems. First and foremost, I'm editing last week's vlog right now, and there's like 6 hours of footage that I gotta cut out, unfortunately. But an update, last week, the owner-operator that had lost an axle had to go drive to go pick up the new axle, ended up losing his second axle, so he had to go drive over the weekend to pick up the second axle, and it looks like he's gonna be able to install both of them, and he's gonna be able to hit the road. So if you don't know about instant axles, please look them up, save them in your Google Maps, because that is the company you wanna be using. It's called Instant Axles in Anaheim, California. They are one of the only companies that can make you an axle instantly. Well, I mean, not instantly, but like within a couple hours, right? So really, every hotshot owner operator should be saving them in their contacts or in their maps, because I called numerous places last week trying to find an axle for this guy, and nobody had them as quickly as Instant Axle. So definitely highly recommend there. And the other thing is, I was supposed to have some owner operators come in last week, but they ended up not making it. So we should be meeting with some new owner operators that are joining this week. It's Alex with Tow Piglet. How are you? It's Alex with Tow Piglet, man. How are you? Hey, you have a 2021 Ram 3500. Keep your eye out on a 40 footer. Like, I would literally take you on ASAP with a 40. I would say right now, maybe some auction places like you're looking at, I think. How are you, man? So, I mean, you don't need a Class A to drive hotshot. Probably find a used one on like Facebook, because generally non-CDL, the weight is really light. Yeah, Pennsylvania is a good area. You know, that's the issue with the short. The owner-operator, Jamar, he ended up finishing everything. He had the wrong U-bolts, so he had to go buy new U-bolts, but it looks like everything is good to go. He should be delivering that load tomorrow. It's about a week late, so hopefully the broker is understanding, and he seems really understanding, and he's been patient. So everything, we should be closing the chapter on that finally. And I'm sure, I'm excited for him, and he's excited, I'm sure, about that. So that's gonna be nice. But then the other thing is, I was doing a couple of updates and tweaks to the website, ended up finding a bug, had to wait for the company to fix the bug. And so, oh no, my battery's dying, it's flashing at me. So did some tweaks there. And then I probably spent close to 2 hours talking to new owner operators or potential owner operators that are leasing on. And we're gonna keep taking on owner operators until the insurance says no more. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed there. But I mean, right now everything seems fine. And so yeah, we just had a bunch of conversations. Several of them should be coming in this week, potentially. We'll see. And the final thing is, actually, I had a couple of drivers have some delivery issues. And let me just, a pro tip from me running, you know, as many trucks as I currently have. A pro tip: if you want to get paid on your loads quickly, make sure the receiver doesn't write anything on the BOL, regardless whether there's any delivery issues or any type of conditional issues. Just make sure, if you want a smooth payment experience with your factoring company, you don't write anything on the BOL. That's a pro tip that I can give you if you have your own authority. Other than that, it makes it really hard to get paid, because then immediately questions arise. All right, man. Alex, nice to meet you. Diana. Pull up to the shop then. We'll throw in your ELD, slap on your decals, put some grease on your ball, and then we'll come back, connect to it, and go do the drive test. Just got done meeting with Doug. We did the drive test. We just double checked all the paperwork, and we just double checked the, make sure the brakes, everything is good. And sure enough, it is. But the dispatcher's actually already booked him a load. So he's in a rush to go pick up a load, which is great, because he literally, like, think about it, pick up the trailer at 11, go grab your load at 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So it's like, that's the kind of efficiency I like to see from everyone. So it's fantastic. So he's gonna go do that. And I was at the dentist earlier this morning. That's why I couldn't come in so early. And I actually got to go and run some errands. All right, well, good Wednesday morning. We're waiting for the owner operator pull up. I think we had it scheduled for 7 a.m. So that's actually gonna be 14 trucks on the road. Well, they're not all on the road. I mean, there's a couple of guys at home, but that's gonna be 14 trucks under the MC. So steady, one by one, we're growing. That's exciting.
You look taller on there.
Nice to meet you. Absolutely. All right, well, there goes the newest addition to the team. That is Juan. Great guy, absolutely hard. I can tell right away, hard worker. Let me close this door and let's sit down in the office where it's a little lighter. So how can I tell he's a hard worker? Well, very easy, because I'm like, hey, what do you got, oil or grease? He's like, oh, I got oil. I'm like, hey, do you want to switch it real fast? And so that's what we've been doing, prepping his truck. So first thing is we switched his hubs from oil to grease, which is what I recommend. And it's a good thing we did, by the way, because when we took everything off, some of his seals on the back were actually bad, which when you run your hubs dry, leads to catastrophic failure. So definitely highly recommend every single axle trailer. If you're watching this, please switch from oil to grease. It'll save you in the long term. So then we did that. Then I put on his decals. Then I put on his ELD, made sure he's good to go, gave him a fuel card like normal. And while we were doing all that, I talked to dispatchers telling him, hey, he's going to be ready to go. Can you find him a load? Boom, just like that, dispatchers found him a load, so he actually had to go. He's driving to go pick up the load right away. So I've been talking to Juan now for, I think, a week or two, and so it just so happened that, it worked out really well. And so now his week is going to come out really good, because he's going to pick up the load. Today's Wednesday, obviously, and he's going to deliver Friday. It's only going 900 miles, and so he's going to go deliver it on Friday, and then we'll get him a load for the weekend. So there you go, right away, probably out of the gate, probably going to be a $4,000 or $5,000 week easy. So that's pretty exciting. But if you were thinking, hey, that must be it for the day, Alex is going home, incorrect, okay? The driver pulled up in the shop this morning too, and so we have some maintenance to do on the driver's trailer. And I mean, we might not do that today. However, we're already dirty, so we might. I don't know, we'll see. It's really hot right now, so we might have to wait. But the other issue is that another driver just messaged me saying, hey, Alex, I'm on the side of the road because the wonderful Dodges that you keep giving us, they keep falling apart, and the emissions problem. So he's stuck in limp mode on the side of the road right now. Hey, how's that truck doing? Looks like you're rolling, huh? What happened?
Still got the check engine light on, but
okay.
I was able to force it.
So what, you just shut it off, started it back up, and it was doing okay?
Well, I sat there for like 15 minutes, idle.
Okay.
Doing its thing, helped out.
Okay, so you high idled it for a little bit, okay. One of the owner operators didn't have enough tarp, and the shipper reached out to us and said, hey, please send us a picture with the load tarped. We'll let you go just because obviously we got to get the load rolling, but please send us a picture with the load tarped. And so I gotta, basically those two things on the agenda, help the owner operator find a tarp. Hey, do you have flatbed truck tarps?
No, we don't.
Oh, and then there's more actually. One of the owner operators, he showed up to the port to deliver, and obviously today's Wednesday, like I literally said 3 seconds ago, but today's Wednesday, and they said they can't unload him till Monday because the ports are so busy. So this is a warning, if you're gonna deliver at the ports, keep in mind they're gonna get delayed. So I'm working with the broker about figuring out what to do, what the situation, I mean, are they gonna pay detention for 6 days or whatever, or are they gonna find a way to unload us? I don't know. Oh, and that's not even all, because then, remember how in last video I said Byron disappeared from the face of the earth, or he never called me. In the end screen, I said, I'm worried. And I was legitimately worried. I thought there was an accident or something. I don't know what happened. I was worried about his well-being. Well, he finally called me and said, hey, Alex, here's what happened. So I pulled into the hotel, dropped my trailer, pulled into the hotel to go check in, and his truck got stolen because he left it running, and it got stolen with both of his phones in the truck. And so he had to cancel the service. He used his friend's truck to go pick up his trailer and then drive it all the way back down to his house. And now they're gonna try to figure out where his truck is, or he's gonna work on getting a new truck, or we're gonna try to work something out with Enterprise, see if they have any trucks available. So I'm glad, and I literally told him this on the phone, I'm glad you're okay, trucks can be replaced. So it sucks, it's a bummer, but all things considered, he's alive and well. So that was good. So that was the update from the owner operator that was supposed to be in here last week.
Hello.
What's up, Josh?
Hey, man, one of my guys came through. I'm looking at the trailer right now.
No way, really?
Yeah, he's putting tires on it. He's actually got 2 more sitting here if you need one. It's a PJ, though. I knew he wasn't a fan of them.
All right, so I got to run to the post office real fast, do some overnights on these documents. Picked up a new trailer, so let's go do that. Hey, good afternoon. I need 2 overnight envelopes, please. Okay. All right, let's go back to the office. Hey, look at that. A second driver's in the yard. That's great. Okay, so we got Henry right here. That's Henry, that's Manny. Henry is unloaded, he's empty, and Manny is loaded. Got some crates. All right, so we connected the silver truck to the trailer for the load. And the reason we're doing that is because Manny has to, he has a friend's wedding or something like that, basically some family, well, I don't want to make it sound like some family issues, but he needs some much deserved time off, so that's why he's gonna go attend his family celebrations. Ah, there you go. And so what does that mean? That means Alex is getting back out on the road for like a day or two. So I'm gonna go deliver this load, and I'll hit the road today, probably. Yeah, I should get some driving done today. And then yeah, so we're just gonna, I just gotta make sure this truck is packed up and ready to go. And then yeah, let's hit the road because I've been bored. All right, so I got unloaded earlier today and I was trying to find myself a load, but nothing. Laredo is not a good area for the hotshot load. So anyways, I guess we'll just deadhead all the way back to Weatherford. Okay. I've been standing there for a couple minutes trying to set this shot up. Anyways, we are back from the road. That's it. We were on the road for a whopping total of like, I don't know, 2 days max. You know, so not terrible. But, you know, I will say about the road, by the way, is if I had to go back out on the road right now, the way I have my trucks and trailers set up, they're so dang effective and efficient. I kid you not. I don't include anything extra. There's no excess. Everything works as it should. But the problem is if I'm on the road, then no one's like running the shop or the office or anything like that. So it creates that challenge. But still, I will say I have done a really good job making sure the trucks and trailers are in order and whatnot, so that's good. But even though I am here sitting now in front of you guys, I've already been working. I just pre-ordered the new iPhone, which is great because now I can do a little bit better video. You know, like the reason you guys might be wondering is like, oh, Alex, why are you getting a new iPhone? It's so expensive. Yes, it is expensive, but I'm recording this on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, I believe. And then I have as my personal phone, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, right? And then I already broke my iPhone. Look, it's already broken here. And I actually already broke the camera right there. You see that? So my daily driver will stay this one. The dedicated video camera iPhone essentially will be that one. And that's why I wanted to upgrade, because it seems like the new cameras are so impressive, especially in low light. And I would say this office is a low light scenario. That's why I have these big bright LED D-wall like floodlights or whatever, you know what I mean? They're shining, blinding me, but it's just because when I don't have them on, I've noticed that the video is a little grainy and I don't like that. So just a little bit too far down the rabbit hole, but just the reason for the upgrade basically. Always trying to have good audio and video, and that's the whole point of the Rode microphones, you know what I mean? I want it to be easier to watch my videos essentially, and audio and video have to take into account. But anyways, by the way, if you're wondering what's this hotshot driver introduction, get the job, do the job, I am working on a video course or video series, like step by step, everything you need to be a hotshot driver, everything you'll need to be a hotshot owner operator and a hotshot company owner, and actually a hotshot freight dispatcher too. So those are in the works too. I'm gonna do a really thorough, just bit my tongue, really thorough, good job to make sure that there's step-by-step like things that you, like when somebody watches it all the way through, they could literally be prepped and ready to get into hotshot. So I'm working on that, but right now it's Friday. Well, I mean, obviously right now it's Friday, but it is Friday. And you know, I've realized with the schedule, now that I've been home, I believe this is my 10th week, right? This is my 10th week since I've been off the road. And if I'm not mistaken, or I mean, I don't think I'm mistaken, but from what I've seen, Monday and Friday, and maybe Wednesday, maybe like I would say Monday to Wednesday and then Friday. Those are probably the busiest days, because Friday, like we have $24,000 in loads that are dispatched. And dispatched loads mean the driver has all the information, he needs to go pick it up, right? And there's $20,000 in loads in transit. That means it's already on the trailers. So there's a lot of loads that need to be picked up today. And so I'm gonna keep a tab or keep a look on it to make sure that things are getting loaded, okay? So yeah, there's like, and this is why Friday is a concern sometimes, because it's like go, 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 because if you don't get loaded on Friday, you're sitting the weekend. So I'm gonna be talking with all of the drivers that are listed. I'm gonna be making sure, look, there's the office calling already. So I'm gonna be making sure all the drivers are gonna be loaded fine. And the other thing is that guy in the port that was supposed to deliver in the port, and they said they couldn't unload him till Monday. Unfortunately, that is gonna have to be the case. I've tried to call the broker back and forth. We've tried to work something out, but the ports are so backed up. So take this as your warning to not go to the ports right now, because they will take a long time to unload you. So we're gonna be talking with the broker, a layover charge. I believe industry standard is about $250 a day for layover. And so we'll talk, well, I mean, I know we should be able to at least get that, but I'm gonna do my best to get more. So we'll see how that conversation is gonna go. And then that driver about the tarp, I was unable to find a tarp. Usually Fleet Pride has 8-foot drop tarps, but I called the Fleet Prides, they didn't have it. And so because of the dry weather, looks like we'll be fine to go as is. And maybe along the way, if the weather starts to get worse, then we'll get a tarp and cover it after all. And you know, and the driver bought his own tarp, so he has tarps right now. So it's like, all things considered, it's gonna be fine. So that's the update for those two trucks. Hey, good morning, Sam. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, man.
A quick question.
Yeah.
We booked a load with TQL.
Okay.
For Jeff. Okay.
Okay.
Now we need to switch drivers. We need to give that load to Juan. Is it possible? Because they have sent a macro point tracking link to Jeff.
Yeah. You'll have to call the broker and tell him to text the driver that it's going to.
So now the shipper says we cannot load hotshot. We need a box truck. And right now I'm working with the broker.
Oh man.
To get it fixed.
You did good, dude. You booked a lot of loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loads.
When it's on the truck, then it's booked.
Right, that's true. That's a good point. Christian, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
All right, so yesterday after working in the office all day, I passed out on the bed over here in the office, and not a very comfortable bed. I probably should stop doing that, but regardless, so you know, just constant tweaks, constant managing. Everybody's loaded, everything is doing great, and so I think I'm probably gonna head home and start the start the edit of this video, but I think that's gonna do it for this week. So I'll see you next time. Bye.